Hi, my name is Ellie from Captina Conservancy, and I'm excited to introduce our new series, Conservation Clips, made in partnership with Belmont County Soil and Water Conservation District. The first topic in our series is how to start native plants from seeds. We'll tell you a little bit of background on native plants, walk you through how to order them, how to plant them, and how to prep your site, and more. Our first topic in the series, our first video in the series, is going to be background on native plants. So we'll tell you a little bit about why they're important, how to set goals for your native plantings, and where and how to order your seeds.
Hi, my name's Becca Thaker, and today I'm going to talk to you about native plants and why they are important. Native plants are plants that have developed, occur naturally, or existed in an area for many years. Many of us love to enjoy the beauty of flowers in our backyard, and growing native plants is a beneficial way to do this. Even a small backyard garden can make a difference. Growing native plants adds beauty and important habitat for wildlife, especially pollinators. Pollinators have evolved with native plants, which are best adapted to local growing conditions, seasons, climate, and soils. For example, if you think about the hummingbird, hummingbirds sip nectar from long tubular flowers. Non-native plants might not have enough nectar to provide because of their shape or way that they're built. Pollinators are vital to maintaining healthy ecosystems and essential to plant reproduction and genetic diversity, so native plants is a must. Native plants often need less water than ornamentals and provide a less labor-intensive landscape. Another benefit is that plants are the first line of defense when it comes to stormwater management and erosion control. So native plants are adapted to local weather and soil conditions, which aid in this process. Because they're adapted to these local conditions, they usually require less fertilizer, pesticides, herbicides, or watering once they are established. They are also resistant to most pests and diseases, and they maintain a hardy lifestyle.
Now that we've convinced you why you should plant with native seeds and native plants, we'll walk you through a little bit about how to choose. The variety of native plants can be overwhelming, so it can be really helpful to set a particular goal when you're trying to decide which plants to grow. There are many different purposes that native plants serve, so there are particular goals that you could try to meet. For instance, one of your goals could be to encourage wildlife. You can break that down even to help have plants that are specific for bird habitat, maybe seeds or pods that are good food for birds, or have sturdy stems for birds to rest on. You could target pollinators, not just bees and butterflies, but also moths and other pollinators that need certain types of flower for their nectar in order to survive and thrive. You could also even set a wildlife goal to create habitat for small mammals with native plantings of grasses and other types of flowers that provide shelter for these small animals. Another goal can be controlling soil erosion and water flow. If you have an area, for instance, a steep hillside or an area that sees a lot of rain flow and you want to try to slow that and help protect the soil, then you can target native plantings that have deep roots and that thrive in those type of maybe soil depleted areas to help rebuild your soil. And another goal, which you can meet with any of these, is for landscaping and beautification. If your goal is to have flowers that take less care and less water, but are also beautiful, you can target certain colors, flowers that bloom in certain seasons, different heights and types of flowers, depending on what you need in your garden or whatever area you're going to landscape and beautify.
Hi, my name is Samantha Hearn, and I am going to talk to you about how to pick your seed mix. There's so many different options when it comes to native seed mixes that it may be difficult to know which one is right for you. They can vary widely in price and composition. But I have a few tips for you to keep in mind when shopping for plants. Always buy native. When you buy native plants, you know that they're well adapted to your zone and will be more likely to survive. Buy a mix of annuals and perennials. Annuals will provide that first year cover while the perennials still have time to establish. And a mix of about 20 to 40% of each is best. And you always want to buy a mix that will give you blooms throughout the entire year. And you can look at a bloom calendar to find this mix. So a bloom calendar shows you what flowers are blooming when. The bloom periods are February through April, May through June, and July through September. And this will ensure that there's ample pollen and nectar resources all year. And lastly, you want to make sure that you buy seeds that are suited for the soil and sunlight of where you will be planting them, and never buy seeds that have been treated with chemicals.